As we all know, everybody will need some time to pee. But the thing is, what makes us pee? What is going on in our body to make us pee? Stay tuned in Hazard Productions. Kidney system, or perhaps the urinary system, plays a very major role on maintaining or keeping a constant environment around the cells of the body, and this is called homeostasis. It provides the cells the essential raw materials that the body may need, and at the same time removing any waste products present. Some examples include urea. If you look at the term excretion, it is closely related to the term homeostasis. Why is it? Well, because the word excretion refers to the removal of waste products of metabolism, toxic substances, and excessive substances. And of course, the kidney system also plays the role on excretion. Now, you may have asked me about why do we have those bean-like structures in our body. Well, the first reason is that the kidneys are able to regulate the blood volume, which controls the amount of water to be excreted and the amount of water to be reabsorbed. Secondly, the kidneys are able to filter any products of metabolism, which includes urea, uric acid, and creatinine. And these products are toxic, so if you don't have any kidneys inside your body, or maybe if your kidneys fail, those substances will continue building up. Another reason is that your kidneys are able to maintain or regulate the red blood cell production. And this is very important, because why? If you don't have, or maybe if you have the less amount of red blood cells in your body, the oxygen level in your body will be less too. Now, how does your urinary system start? The first thing that happens is that the blood comes out from the heart via the aorta. Then the kidneys receive those blood from what's called a renal artery. But remember, the word renal always refers that we are dealing with kidney stuff. Next, those blood enters to the millions of nephrons. But we're going to analyze one. In one nephron, we can see that the blood will travel first through what's called a glomerulus. Glomerulus is where filtration of the blood occurs. But how does it enter? Well, the blood enters through the glomerulus via the efferent arteriole and exits via the efferent arteriole. If you look inside the glomerulus microscopically, we can see a partially permeable membrane. Only a few molecules inside the blood can pass through it and results as a filtrate, which forms the primary urine. Afterwards, the filtrate will soon diffuse to the Bowman's space, and the Bowman's capsule will receive that filtrate. After this process, those filtrates will go through a series of tubules inside the nephron. As long as the filtrates are still inside the tubules, some substance will be added into the filtrate, whilst certain substances will be reabsorbed back into the blood. One of them is the proximal convoluted tubule. In the proximal convoluted tubule, the reabsorption of the necessary nutrients and substances that the body may need will take place inside it. Then the filtrate travels through a U-turn-like structure called the loop of Henle. At this tubule, the concentration of the urine is controlled. Afterwards, the filtrate enters through what's called a distal convoluted tubule. In this tubule, sodium, potassium, and the pH are regulated inside it. And finally, the filtrate enters into the collecting duct, where several nephrons join together. This is where the regulation of water and sodium reabsorption takes place. Now, if you look inside the efferent arterioles, we can see that the blood enters into what's called a peritubular capillaries, which surrounds every single tubules inside every nephron. This arrangement allows the rapid movement of solutes and molecules between the filtrate and the blood. Then the peritubular capillaries rejoin together to allow the blood to leave the kidney via the renal vein and into the inferior vena cava. After the filtrate passes to the collecting duct, now you can call the filtrate as a urine. So the urine then passes through the ureter, which is a long tube that links between the kidney and the bladder. So then the urine enters into the bladder and it will be kept inside until the urine is released. Now keep in mind of the ADH, or in other words, antidiuretic hormone. If you were to drink less water, more ADH will be secreted, as the ADH will be needed to increase the water absorption, and this will lead to a very concentrated urine, which makes your urine very yellow. Thank you so much for your attention, and I'll see you guys next time.